We'll start with the classification of DC generator or generators in simple. Okay, so generators are classified into two classification. One is AC and DC. AC generators are also called as alternators. Okay, alternators. You might be looking in this thing in your cars. Alternator got damaged. Okay, some things like that you will be listening. Okay, different names, but it is basically a AC generator, right? Starter motor is of DC. When you want to charge your battery, you require a alternator. Alternators are generally AC generators. Okay, so these DC generators, again they are classified into two. One is self-excited. That means you don't require any battery or any additional supply for the field coil. Okay, basically this generators, the second classification is based on field coils. These are also called as excitation coils. Okay, so this classification is based on field coils. One is self-excited, second one is separately excited. In case of separately excited, you require additional supply. Let us check this diagram. So this is your field coil. Okay, this is your armature coil. We got some carbon brushes and commutator, everything, right? This is your generator which is connected with your mechanical prime mover, right? So if this supply is externally excited, okay, VF or field coil voltage, this is called as a separately excited thing. If you just connect it along with this motor or generator, that will become self-excited. That means you don't require any additional power supply, right? So this self-excited is again classified into three classifications. Shunt. Okay, shunt is nothing but parallel, series. Okay, in connected, if this coil is connected, if this set of coils are connected with the armature coils in series form, that will become a series. And a compound, both series and parallel together. Okay, so this compound is again classified into long shunt and short shunt. Okay, if the length of the coil is large, that will become a long shunt. Short shunt, if the length of the field coil is very less, that will become a short shunt. Okay, and this long shunt is again classified into cumulatively long shunt, differentially long shunt. Similarly, the short shunt is also classified into cumulatively short shunt and differentially short shunt. Okay, this is the fundamental classification of any generator or any DC generator. So we already know this type of generators which are classified in this previous diagram. Okay, so self-excited and separately excited. Self-excited is again classified into shunt, series, okay, compound, long shunt and short shunt in case of compound. Okay, look at this classification. The first one is separately excited DC generator. Okay, you have a separate supply for this is a field coil, this is your armature coil. It will be connected to your load or whatever the way you connect. So this will become a separately excited DC generator. The next one is self-excited. Self-excited, if the field coil, this is field coil, if it is connected in series with the armature coil, that will become a series wound self-excited generator. If it is connected in parallel or in shunt, okay, in shunt, this is called as a parallel wound. So if this field coil is connected with the armature coil in parallel form, that will become a shunt. Okay, that will become a shunt wound. We have a compound variant where it will combine both series and shunt. Okay, it has its own disadvantages and advantages that we will discuss in the later part, which is the long shunt and short shunt. So long shunt will have a larger coil as I have discussed in shunt form. In short shunt, we have a smaller field coil in case of short shunt. Okay, but in both the cases we have a series coil also. Like this is how the compound generator or compound wound generator is made.